See you in however many hours.
それじゃああなたはここを使って。私はもう眠るけど、何か質問はある？
You can use this place. I'm going to...
とりわけ重要な疑問はない。
Do you not have like a room prepared for Archer or anything? That'll work.
今夜は魔力の回復を行うべきだろう。
ええ。それじゃあ明日、今朝の紅茶をよろしくね。
You were really imposing on Archer. He just accepts it. Alright, whatever. Maybe he likes it. Fatigue hits me hard once I walk into my room.
そうだ。眠る前にきれいに連絡しないと。
That annoying priest. Already beginning ready to call in the substitute magus. I don't really care about that, but he is my guardian, so I should at least do the right thing.
電話っと。
I dial the number. Soon, the fake priest picks up.
きれい？私だけど、昨日サーバントと契約したから。
Good job. Did you get the saber? No? Well, fuck. Brief silence. Kirei, silence is enough pressure to stress you out even over the phone.
いいだろ。ではどうする？一度こちらに顔を出さないか。君のご両親から預かっているものもある。君がマスターになった場合にのみ、成人前に伝えてほしいと頼まれているのだが。
ああ、それって父さんの遺言のこと？それならもう解読して手に入れたからいいわ。
I'll come see you if I feel like it.
それじゃ、気が向いたらお邪魔するからよろしく。
待て、リン。
Yeah.
マスターになったのなら。
She's been just a smug shitlord. Fate was gotcha before Fate gotcha even came out. Yeah, Fate was always gotcha. Just, you know, we weren't suffering because of gotcha. Only the characters in the series were suffering because of that gotcha.
さて、これで準備は終わりっと。
All that's left is to sleep. When I wake up next, completely different morning. 10 years ago, Holy Grail War in which my father competed as a master and was defeated. Now I'm entering that same battle. Best of luck, Rin. Best of luck. February 2nd. Days continue on. But I am also going to take a real quick break. Gonna go to the bathroom and all that fun stuff, so.
何？学校に行くだと？
Well, I accidentally skipped by that. I will read that stuff when we get back. No, not stream will start shortly. Alright, we're back. Let's pick up where we left off. All preparations are done. All that's left is sleep. Read that. So, after breakfast, I clearly explained my immediate plans. Damn, right back to school. Hard working. Good for her, I guess?
問題はないが、しかし、それは。
Archer hesitates but does not object. Must have realized yesterday that I'm not the type to take back on my decisions. I can kind of tell without him saying so. Archer is a sarcastic, but he has an honest side to him. So it seems he won't complain about something when that he's accepted. Yes, in other words, he's faithful in an awkward way. This is my conclusion. No, more of an intuition after watching Archer for all of yesterday.
リン、マスターになったからには常に敵マスターを警戒しなくてはならない。学校という場は、
Yeah,
襲撃に備えにくい場所だろ。
It's probably not the best to have a, school kids competing in this holy war when going to school, or at least trying to keep up these school appearances. Like, at this point, you should probably just take a leave from school. Drop out, or not drop out, but just kind of go away for a bit in order to make sure you're not unguarded or having to worry about homework or all this stupid shit. But I mean, anime.
そんなことはないけどね。いいあっちゃん。私はマスターになったからって今までの生活を変える気はないわ。それにマスター同士の戦いは人目を避けるものでしょ。
I think all masters and
それな
servants
ら
wouldn't be
人目に
like
つく学校にいれ
would
ば
care.
不意打ちされることはまずないと思うけど。
そうか。リンがそう決めたのなら私は従うだけだ。だが霊体化して君の護衛をするぐらいはいいのだろうな。
当たり前じゃない。 学校に限らず外に出るときはそばにい
Yep,
てもらうか
okay.
らね。
That's more
マスター
mindful
を守る
than
の
I
も
thought she was
サー
gonna
バン
be,
ト
so
の
good
役割
job.
なんだから。
それを聞いて安心した。信頼に応えるのは騎士の務め。せいぜい期待に沿うとしよう。だがリン、もしもの話だが、その安全な場所に敵がいたとしたらどうす。
何？学校にマスターがいるかもしれないってかて？
I wonder if there will be masters at
そう
school.
だ。確かに学び屋には生徒と教師以外は入りにくいが、すでに内部の者がマスターだとしたら厄介ではないのか。
In fact, I think that someone already there is.
それはないんじゃないかな。この町には魔術師の家系は遠坂とあと一つしかないの。そのあと一つっていう家系は落ちぶれてるし、マスターにもなってないし。
To learn more, watch Fate Zero, I think.
マスターになっていないとどうしてわかる？
あのね、うち以外に魔術師の家系がいるんなら真っ先に確かめるのは当然でしょ。
He isn't a
そいつ
master.
マスターにはなってなかったし、あっちの家系の後継者にはマスターになるだけの魔力がないから無視して構わないわ。
そ
Well,
うか。
that's lucky.
つまり
However, there are going to be other Magi's.
もう一人魔術師がいるのだな。だがマスターになれるほどの魔力を持ち合わせていないと。
そういうこと。だから他のマスターは外からやってくる連中が大半のはず。そんな連中が学校にまでやってくることはないでしょう。
まあ今の段階ではな。だがリン、何事にも
Yeah.
例外は存在する。もし学校に君が知らない魔術師がいたとしたら。
だからいないってば。魔術師っていうのは他の同業に敏感なの。1年も同じ学校にいたらね、どんなに隠してても魔術師の存在は感じ取れる。
Unless they were really good at hiding it, or they just didn't know they were Magi, or didn't have the innate ability drawn out of them, something along those lines. I don't know. There's
断言するけ
definitely
ど、う
always
ちの学校に魔術師は2
exceptions
人
to
し
the
かいな
things
い
you
わ。
believe. Or, you know, your
そのうちの
cockiness will
1
just
人
be
が
the end
私
of
で、
you, realistically.
もう1人はマスターになるだけの力がない魔術師見習いなの。わかった？アーチャーの用心はただの杞憂よ。そんなこと絶対にありえないんだから。
Completely
もし
impossible.
もの話だ。
Completely
物事には
impossible.
常に裏目が存在する。本来ありえざることが起こるのもまた運命だ。もしそういった事態になった場合、私に八つ当たりをするのだけは。
Yep, he said his piece and you ignored it. So, you dug your grave, now prepare to get buried in it. Archer smiles dryly. Just that action makes me want to take it out on him. But if I did, I would be late for school. Nice
そんなことあるわ
excuse.
けないじゃない。もしもの話っていうのは起きないからもしもの話なのよ。もしそんなことになったら、
Which it
その時は
couldn't
私の見通しが甘かっ
possibly
たっ
be
て
that
だけなんだ
shallow,
から。
for I am the great Rin Tosaka.
よし、確かに聞いたぞ。
Oh
それ
my
では行こうか。
god.
君の学び屋まで30分。そろそろ出なければ間に合わない時間帯だ。
驚いた。もしもの話って
Yes,
本
they
当にある
do.
のね。
You should probably take every hypothetical into account when you're in something as dangerous as a Holy Grail war, but
あ
let's move
あ、
on.
私も驚いている。いや、何事もケチをつけておくものだな。お、
We joke around like that. Around us are students heading to the classroom. It's almost time for homeroom. The crowd of people rushing to the school building, we stand dumbfounded.
空気がよどんでるどころの話じゃない。これ、もう結界が張られてない？
完全にではないが、すでに準備は始まっているようだな。
Sucks.
ここまで派手にやっているということは、よほどの大物か。
とんでもない素人ね。異常を感じさせる結界なんて三流だもの。やるんなら仕掛ける時まで隠し通しておくのが一流よ。
Which means, like you said, he's either trying to draw you to him like you are. Like, hey, maybe it should be a good idea to, you know, not let yourself be out in the open. Nah, it's fine. Gonna draw those weaklings to me. Or it's just, you know, an idiot. Which I think both apply to both whoever this master is and whoever, or not whoever, but and Rin.
で、
An idiot
君は
and
どちらだと思う
overconfident.
リン。
さあ、一流だろうが三流だろうが知ったことじゃないわ。
Speaking of that overconfidence, here it is again.
私のテリトリーでこんなゲスなもの仕掛けたやつなんて問答無用でぶっ倒すだけよ。
Walk angrily through the schoolyard. Imagine I'm not about to mince words, but I can't be satisfied until I properly punish the creator of this boundary field. After second period, while walking back from the music room, I see a first-year student walking unsteadily. The student is carrying some stacks of paper, and it looks like she's having trouble. Oh, hey, Sakura. I said it before I even saw it. Got harassed by a servant last night, and now you're having a bad time.
何プリント？世界史って言ったらうちの担任じゃない。クズキのやつ、女生徒に使いをさせるなんて何考えてんだか。ほら、半分貸して。
Oh, nice. I wish she was like this all the time, but nah, she's, you know, appearances.
いいっていいって。それじゃこれ、さくらのクラスまで？クズキ先生のところです。誤字があったから回収するって言ってました。
Misspelling? Just, you know, say, hey, there's a misspelling on it.
なんとく、クズキは融通きかないからね。一つ誤字があったぐらいで試験を中止させるや
I
つ
don't
な
know
ん
if
だ。
that's a good or a bad thing. Oh, well.
試験って学校の試験をですか？そう。あれは去年の中間試験だったかな。みんながガーッとマークシートを塗りつぶしてる時にやってきてね。誤字があるので正しい問題で
So
は
the
なかった。
midterm was to be
よって試
canceled
験
and
は中
retaken at a
止。
later day.
後日改めて行
That
う
would
っ
be
て。
annoying.
あの調子で
Like, it would be
簡単
nice
だ
if
った
you
のよ。
weren't studying for it, but if you were and, like, you were prepared and ready and all that, that would be hell
今でもあれは
annoying.
語り草よ。なんか、くずき先生らしいですね。それ、先生、ものを教える立場に間違いは許されないって人
Which
で
is
す
an
から。
admirable thing to have, but maybe not to that degree.
くずきのは度が過ぎてるけどね。さくらもそのうち思い知るわよ。くずきの堅物ぶりったら岩か山かって感じなんだから。遠坂先輩、くずき先生のことが好きなんですね。先輩がそんな風に言うなんて。
You're letting your true self out, Ren.
そう？まあ確かにくずきはもうちょっと柔軟性があればなって思うけど。
I think that, but I also think he's not bad this way. At our school, there's a teacher liked by all students and a teacher feared by all students. The balance between the two works so well that I think Kuzuki-sensei is a good disciplinarian. He's a stick in the carrot and the stick
まあ
approach.
2年になればもっとくずきと顔を合わせるようになるわ。あいつは倫
I
理
think
も
I
受け
said
持
that
ってる
line
し。
completely wrong, but I'm not gonna go back.
そんなことよりさくら、ちょっと聞きたいことがあるんだけど、いい？何ですか、先輩？昨日の話なんだけど。
Who is that strange blonde man with the red eyes?
見てたんですか、先輩？たまたま。それであれ何だったの？知り合い？
I think it was just a strange foreigner forcing himself to talk, or her to talk rather. Realized I could have looked at that a lot worse, so I cut it short right there.
いいえ、それがそのよくわからない人だったんです。あの人、道に迷ってたみたいでした。
Speaking a different language? She ran away. Good for you.
ごめんなさい。少しだけ気になったから。いえ、構いません。ここまででいいです、先輩。あと、そう？それじゃあまたね。
Pass the handouts back to Sakura. As I start to head back to my classroom, I
さくら、
pause.
最近はどう？
What?
はい、大丈夫。元気です。そう。シンジがまた何かやったら言いなさい。
Ooh, again,
あいつは
that's
とっても
not
も
a
う知ら
good
ない
look.
から。黙っていると悪化する一方よ。 心配いりませんよ先輩。兄さん、この頃は優しいんですから。
I don't like how casually this is being dropped in a conversation. I don't like it one bit. She says that with such a smile, I can't say anything else. I bid her goodbye once more and turn back to my familiar junior. Turn my back to my familiar junior. What is that? Day ends. Students leave the classroom and the buildings get darker by the second. The sun will set soon. When the red sun sets and the night falls, there should be no one left in the school.
始めるわよ、あーちゃん。まずは結界の下調べ。どんな結界かを調べてから消すか残すか決めましょう。
Time to take the fight to whoever this first master is. I address my invisible partner. Archer must understand as I sense him nodding. How do you nod spiritually? He's just shrugging like I sense a smug shrug. It's just like, okay, whatever. Boundary field is something that protects its caster. You could call it a geographical magic in which one knits a line of magic across the land to change the interior. Infinite different effects are possible within a boundary field. There are all sorts of boundary fields, from ones that conceal the area to people's eyes, to ones that limit the use of magic within them. The most aggressive of all, those that oppress life forms within them. The boundary field laid out over our school is of that kind. It is not yet complete, but once it is, everyone in this school should fall unconscious. Wonder if this is where Fate Extra picks off. Anyway, but something like this won't affect me. After all, a boundary field is something targeted not at me, but at the place I am in. Such an indirect magical energy intervention has no effects on the Magi. No effects on Magi who have magical energy throughout their bodies. A weak current flowing through the air will only be repelled by a strong current like myself. So this boundary field has a different intention. I don't know what kind of person set up this boundary field, but his intention is not to defeat a master. It's hard to believe, but his target is everyone in this school. There's only one reason to do something like that. Unbelievably, this guy is... Alright, whatever. I search the school building and emerge onto the rooftop to finish. It's dark outside. 8 o'clock now, way past school closing time, which is 6. The only people still in the school are me and Archer.
これで7つ目か。とりあえずここが起点みたいね。
This guy is, that guy. This makes 7. Well, it looks like this is the origin. 8-stroke mark is openly drawn on the rooftop. I think so, Breezy? It's Knack, baby! Knack is back! Knack 3, that'll be the one. Anyway. Now that we fucking don't want to spam Donkey Meat. The purplish red character only visible to Magi is something I've never seen before. Engraved with something unknown.
参ったな。これ私の手には負えない。
This is something you can't handle, Rin? I don't believe you. I believe that your overconfidence will lead you to try and do it anyway. The person who set up this boundary field didn't think about anything. He didn't think, but the boundary field is bound with amazing skill. I can temporarily drain magical energy from this boundary field, but I cannot eliminate the boundary field itself. Boundary field can be reactivated just by having the caster put more magical energy into it again. Archer says nothing. He's been quiet ever since we came out on the rooftop. Probably because he too recognizes the power of this boundary field. This boundary field doesn't just drain one's strength. Once activated, it will literally dissolve all the people within it. I'm starting to have some ideas about who could have set this up. There are boundary fields that drain physical and mental strength from people within them, but the boundary field laid over the school is on a completely different level. This is a soul eater. It is a blood fort that dissolves people within it, claims the souls that seep out. Yeah, I definitely know who set this. Since ancient times, souls have been hard to handle. Even though they're believed to exist and necessary for magic, only one magist has ever understood the soul. Souls are only things to be investigated or things to be moved into containers. It's incomprehensible not merely to suck them out, but also to collect them in a single place, because a magist has no use for them. Even if one were to collect this unconvertible energy. So if there's a reason, it must be... It must be what? Don't just lead off on me like that, god damn it.
ご推察の通りだ。我々は基本的に霊体だと言っただろう。
Well,
故に君たちが肉を得ようとするように、
as you subsist on
サー
meat,
バントは精神と魂を得ようとする。
we subsist on souls and minds.
栄養を取ったところ
And
で
mana.
基本的な能力は変わらないが、取り入れれば取り入れるほどタフになる。つまり魔力の貯蔵量が上がっていくというわけだ。
So whoever set this seal down manages to, get all the kids in this fucking high school, get all their souls and start eating them, then this is really bad. To strengthen your servant, you must attack people indiscriminately.
マスターから提供される魔力だけじゃ足りないってこと？
足りなくはないが、大いに越したことはない。実力が劣る場合、弱点を武士で補うのが戦争だろ。
So having a surplus of energy servant would probably yield a lot for that
周囲の
servant.
人間からエネルギーを奪うのは
Give
マ
them
ス
a
ターと
lot
しては
more
基本的な
options
戦
and be
略
able
だ。
to
そういった意味
just
で
be
言え
more
ば、
powerful in
この結界は
general.
効率がいい。
Archer is saying that if I want to win, I should kill people and steal their strength. How simple. I already knew that. That's why I think I know which path I'm going to choose.
それ勘に触るわ。
Hey, good for
二度と口にし
you.
ないで、
Good soul.
Archer.
Even though... I don't know. Is it... Oh well. For some reason, Archer sounds happy as he confidently
同感
answers.
だ。私も真似をするつもりはない。
I guess different servants would feel different about that either. Since they all have their own personalities and quirks and everything. One person could feel completely differently about stealing a soul from a human to strengthen themselves versus the way another servant would react to that. Archer here definitely doesn't
それ
want
じゃ
to
消そう
though.
か。無駄だろうけど、とりあえず邪魔をするぐらいにはなる。
I approach the mark and extend my left arm. The magic crest on my left arm is the Book of Magic, passed down to the Tosaka family. I recognize the sound effect. Anyway, I switch on the sense. Push magical energy into my magic crest. Read the part that explains the elimination of boundary fields. Now all I have to do is activate it. Eliminate surgical extraction, second section. Touch the surface with my left hand and let my magical energy flow out. This will at least wash the color off this mark, but... I recognize that voice. Suddenly, as if to stop the erasure of the boundary field, a voice echoes over. Quickly stand up and turn around. Hi, Lancer. How's it going? Quickly stand up and turn around. On top of the water tower, in the sky 10 meters away, a guy looking down at me. I don't want to get poked. Deep ultramarine that melts into the night. His grin is wild and bestial, carries on the wind. And a bestial smell carries on the wind. The stare of the beast is a cool one. The man in blue looks at me like an old friend, even in this situation.
これ、あなたの仕業。
God damn it. I wanted to avoid the gay bulge joke. And, it took like less than 5 minutes for him to turn on to the stream for someone to say it. Well, I mean, Archer's been found out.
やっぱり、サーバント。
Nah, you just have a random fucking like 23 or 27-year-old just walking around in blue tights and shoulder pads. It's definitely not a servant. Yo, what do servants do when, or like, what do masters do when there's like cosplayers just fucking around? My spine freezes. A normal light tone of voice. It's colder than anything I've ever heard. Scary enough to make me vomit. Can't believe Archer's fucked. Can't tell how I should move or what my best course is, but my reason is telling me absolutely not to fight this man right here.
ほう、大したもんだ。何もわからねえようで要点は抑えてやがる。ああ、失敗したなこりゃ。面白がって声をかけるんじゃなかったぜ。
Probably. Man raises his arm. In an instant, it happens. The arm that held nothing until now suddenly has a spear. How's it going, Lancer? Also, that was pixely as fuck. Now holds a red weapon 2 meters long. I jumped into the side without thinking. I can't spare the time to consider that I can't jump full force while on a rooftop. I just jump with full force to the side as if trying to smash the fence. Swing, swing, swing! A whirlwind brushes past my hair. Barely made it. That's what is that, a D rank in Sonic Adventure 2? I don't remember. No, it's E rank. Anyway, the rest past me in an eye blink and mercilessly slash at the space I just occupied. Blue whirlwind pursues me. Fucking just running across the rooftop of a school. There is no escapes. The fence behind me, to my sides. No, I won't make it. Ah, yes, I see. My response is fast. I run the magic crest on my left arm and assemble a magic in a single measure. It lightens my body and adjusts gravity. In this instant, my body becomes as light as a feather, and I leap. You know, you have a servant for this. I jump over the fence and fall to the rooftop. The wind pressure pushes against my body. 15 meters to the ground, 1.7 seconds until landing. No, that's too slow. He'll catch up. Go. I just jumped off the roof and just... Time to run. Let Archer take the impact of the landing and starting to run as soon as my feet touch the ground. First, I have to change the location. First, we have to go to somewhere we can move around more freely, not on a small place like a rooftop. We have to move to a large field with no obstacles, to play to Archer's and my strengths. I mean, at least she's mindful of that. She does have an Archer, after all. So, being in a close place like a rooftop with an Archer versus a Lancer probably isn't the best idea. Granted, Archer here isn't the most accurate Archer, but still, good strategy. I run from the rooftop on the school grounds in less than 7 seconds. It's more than 100 meters. My speed is so fast that normal people would only see a blur. But that's too slow. Oh man, can't believe Rin was too slow. Meaningless against a servant. Hey, back sprites. The moment I step back, Archer steps in front, taking form. Cloudy night. In Archer's hands, a short sword that reflects the weak moonlight. Man crooks his mouth. Nah, Rin isn't Sonic. Lancer's Sonic here. He's blue and he was faster than Rin. Large whirlwind. That's the weapon swung at me on the rooftop. A blood-red crimson lance that tried to mercilessly slaughter me. You are wrong. There's no sign of his previous casual demeanor. In response to Lancer, full of murderous intent, Archer remains silent. The distance between the two is about 5 meters. Totally Seba. The weapon in Lancer's hand is about 2 meters. For that man, a bestial smell, I feel like the remaining 3 meters are meaningless. Archer doesn't respond to the sneering voice either. Confronting each other, strangely, are red and blue. 2 counterfeit colored knights already watching the other lynching blow.
それぐらいは待ってやる。
Let's go. Yeah, he's not going to be taking out anything. He's just going to be using that short sword. Yeah, it said counterfeit. I don't know. That's the translation. Or, you know, Nasu. Archer does not respond. If there's nothing to say to an enemy he must defeat, that steel back of his seems to declare so. That makes me realize I'm being stupid. Archer is just waiting for my word. My command.
Archer.
He talked to his back without approaching him.
手助けはしないわ。あなたの力、ここで見せて。
That's fucking cold. Was that a laugh? He grins as if to answer my words. The Red Knight dashes forward. Whirling gusts of wind. Short sword in hand, red bullet launches. What meets him is a blue spear thrust. But the spear's red. Anyway. If the dashing archer is a raging wind, the responding spearhead is a divine wind. Sword is swung and a swing to deflect the thrust. Archer parries the thrust at high speed of the lance with a short sword. I like how Rin hasn't even fucking commented on the fact that he's got a sword when he said he didn't have a sword. Anyway, the one in red stops. The enemy did not permit Archer's rush. The enemy doesn't even let him get within 2 meters. The range of his spear. For a long weapon, distance is always preferred. As Lancer has a weapon almost 2 meters long, he only needs to attack when the enemy comes into his range. Thrusting at an approaching enemy is easier than moving out yourself. Even so, Lancer closes the distance himself and doesn't even allow Archer to move forward. I mean, I believe in Archer's abilities. His temper was like a burning fire. Lancer closes in with each blow, with no thought of stopping. With a long weapon, it's suicidal closing on an enemy. The spearman's tactic is just to use the long range to defeat the enemy and win the battle. So as a Lancer, it's just advancing unchecked. It doesn't have to chance winning. But that's just by the book. Lancer's lance shows no vulnerabilities, as it strikes for their throat, shoulders, forehead, and heart. I'm sorry, but I don't have a sword, he says. I wonder what realistically would be a better choice in this battle. If Archer would be able to maintain using an actual bow. Like, yeah, the F-go weaknesses are a thing. You know, Saber beats Lancer, Lancer beats Archer, Archer beats Saber. But realistically, I think Archer would, like a regular bow and arrow would do fine here too. But, because that would be forcing the approach on Lancer. But I mean, Lancer does have a 2 meter long lance. So, maybe the short sword would be preferred here. But I mean, that just makes the approaching harder on yourself. Thrust so fast the after images are blurred. As each strike of his lance repels, rebuffs, and pushes back Archer, any of his thrusts could be called a final blow. It even has bowman. Archer is a servant. No ordinary attack can be a final blow. Having repelled the lance aimed at his forehead, Archer closes in with speed superior to Lancer's lance. Based on its shape, you might think that the main attack of the lance is a thrust, but the basic strength of a lance is its swings. This is because the wide swing uses its long range does not allow the enemy to dodge it by stepping back. Partial retreat does not allow escape, and an attempt to a counterattack will only result in a slashed stomach. Simply going forward will end up with a smashed rib and a long shaft of lance. Archer and Lancer are similarly built. On top of that, it's hard for Archer, with no heavy armor, to step into the range of a lance swung like a whirlwind. Thrusts are a different story. Blazing fast thrusts certain to strike you is certainly scary, but as long as your attack targets a point, there aren't many ways that you can avoid it once you see it. Just gotta read your opponent, man! As Archer did just then, hitting the shaft of the approaching lance, to redirect it slightly creates an opening. So he's just, you know, stopping his reacted defense with more defense to create it in offense. Anyway, it must be because he underestimated a bowman. The advantages of a long weapon is the length and freedom of its range. Once Lancer has discarded these advantages himself, his defeat is... Yeah, he was kind of... Oh no, the smug! He was just testing Archer. Fuck! Because it's obviously that he was really tunnel visioning there on just the strikes, but now, you know, probably going to go harder with it. Or not. The one in red stops. A nightmare like time is reversing. The thrust is faster than the previous ones. Or he'll just get better with his offense that he was focusing on. Gotcha. Archer tries to parry the blow, but he gets flicked away along with his weapon. There are no opening in Lancer's attacks. No, not just that. The thrust increases in speed and power without limit. It becomes a final blow, even for a servant. We were the ones that underestimated him. For that servant, Lancer's weapons, there are no general rules about lances. Who could ever parry continuous attacks without even space to breathe within them? Archer manages to retreat a bit in parries, and as a result, the distance between them opens up a little bit. That distance is... Lancer uses that distance as a runaway to launch an even more powerful attack. Rin is monologuing more than a typical Saturday morning cartoon villain. Let's go. It's like, you're so simple, and then just Lancer just fucking actually adjusts strategy, and she's like, Nani? The raging continuous attack is only repetition of it, but the blows themselves are godlike. I am a god with the lance, apparently. 10 blows already. No, it must actually be many times more than that. The heavy ray of lance pours with yet more strength, trying to skewer Archer to death. It's not fast, but it's just skill. It's thrust like a waterfall with no change in speed. What can Archer do as he is now on the defensive? With such a short sword, he can only parry the lance. He has no way to close in on Lancer as he continues to retreat. Yeah, this is actually the perfect distance for a lance. You know, might be nice if you could back up and, I don't know, pull out a bow. Something like an archer. Vacuum of steel unfolds. Support. I have to back Archer up, but my throat won't respond. My magic has poor aim. Unless Archer gets far away from Lancer, I'll hit him with my magic as well. Such an opening would only increase Lancer's advantage. And besides, frankly, I'm captivated? What? This is a battle between servants. This is the Holy Grail War itself, where we use heroic spirits, the highest rank of familiar, whom we would never otherwise obtain. Servants. Familiars of different classes that obey the Seven Masters. Oh good, this is the perfect time to go on an exposition train. These are the highest rank familiars, called heroic spirits that the Holy Grail summons. So, it's misleading to call them familiars. Originally, familiars were just beings that ran errands for the Magus. Imagine, perhaps, a cat in boots, or a cute white bird, or a black dog that doesn't obey its master. Something like that. Familiars are just a mere Magus can summon are of that level. Familiars are just familiars. They are only mascots that run errands for their masters, so they cannot be beings stronger than their masters. Servants are different. They are the most powerful beings. Even for sorcerers, of which there are only 5 in this world, it would probably be impossible to form a contract with them. It's not that the summoning is hard, or even that the ability of a servant surpasses that of a magus. Servants themselves are beings above magic. Seba. I'll make it clear. Servants are heroes from the past. Myth, legend, fable, history. Fiction or not, the superhuman beings who gain concrete existence in folklore are what we call heroes. A hero that becomes eternal in people's minds is no longer human after their death. It's promoted to another form of existence. Humans who bring about miracles, save people, and achieve great deeds are called heroes even after their death. After being so called, they are promoted to heroic spirits after their death and become guardians of humanity. Doesn't matter whether these people exist in reality or only in stories. People's minds that create a hero. People's wishes that this is how things should be give them form and set them up as real. Authenticity does not matter. They can have form as long as they have the fame as a legend and people have faith. The ultimate ideal humans have created, the greatest human people have created. These are the heroes and heroic spirits. And of course, since they are beyond human, they cannot be controlled by humans. A magus usually borrows their power only to mimic them. They can't summon the heroic spirits themselves. The Holy Grail that made it impossible reality. Or that made that impossibility into a reality. It summons the heroic spirit beyond human control and turns it into familiar obedient to the master. That nonsense is proof that the Holy Grail is almighty. And with the passing of years ignored, heroic spirits are summoned, the most recent from 100 years ago, the oldest from the ancient days. Well, whichever humans wish Thomas Edison into being a heroic spirit deserves all the credit in the world. I think it's more because everyone knows who Thomas Edison is, in America at least. In America! Anyway, in America, and the presidents themselves kind of wished for him to be the strongest president. So like the heroic spirits made an even stronger heroic spirit off of their own belief. That's interesting. That's really interesting. The 7 heroic spirits obey each of the 7 masters, protect them, and eliminate the masters of the enemy. Heroes from every age and country are revived into the present day to kill one another for supremacy. That is why this ritual is called the Holy Grail. Meanwhile, back in the battle, but it seems the Holy Grail has its limits too. Even the Holy Grail cannot indiscriminately call onto spirits like beings. Just as the form was invented by humans, it's required for the imaginary 6th element known as the devil to take the form heroic spirits also need to take form. The heroic spirits also need a form to live in this world. I think I've showed him Edison before. I thought we were getting back to the battle, more exposition. That form is a temporary name, and the way they exist in this world. The Holy Grail has furnished classes so that the heroic spirits may take form much more easily. And it only summons the heroic spirits that match these classes. It's like a passport to the present, and sets up role as a familiar in advance. By allowing a summoned heroic spirit to take on that role, it helps them spirit to take that role. Why would they do this? Because Thomas Edison's amazing, man. I wouldn't want him. He's kind of shit as a servant, honestly, but it's amazing. His design is amazing. There are 7 masters chosen by the Holy Grail. There are also 7 servants obeying the masters. There are 7 furnished classes. Saber, the King of the Sword, Saber. Knight of the Sword, my mistake. Knight of the Lance, Lancer. Knight of the Bow, Archer. Also, all of these are more mounted soldier, Rider. I mean, yes. I mean, yeah, usually they do ride something, but like, usually they're also footed. It's weird. Anyway. Magist Caster, which is very loose. I'm talking fucking, what's his name? Like, seriously, authors often become fucking casters for some reason. Silent Killer, Assassin. Mad Warrior, Berserker. Of these, I know all of them in this game, except for Assassin. Like, I know who Assassin is, but I don't have a good idea on his personality or his character because they really ignore him in Fako. King of the Sword, Saber. Damn, Saber face. Yeah. Every Saber is just Saber. Until, Altria. Only the heroic spirits with the attributes of these classes are summoned to the present to obey the masters and become servants. That is the servant system. A summoning and contract with the heroic spirit beyond human control to win the miracle beyond human grasp. But I mean, these also, like, I don't think they ever get into it. I know Fate, like, different Fate games. I'm gonna just throw Grand Order out there because I know it explores it in that, but different, like, that same servant can, like, operate differently under a different class. Like, one isn't designated to just being a saber or something along the lines. A loud crash. The short sword that deflected Lancer's lance flies from the archer's hand. This is Lancer's technique. A straight thrust that turns into a sweep at Archer's wrists. It was a blow Archer could not avoid, even if he had seen it coming. I'm not talking like that, like Lancer here has, you know, his caster form that you see in the first story of Fate, Grand Order. Like, they can be good at different things. One of the multiple of the Berserkers could be sabers. There's no effective way of pairing a lance with a sword. A strong rebuff only results in a strong counterattack, and a weak rebuff does not create any openings. The important aspect of the battle between a sword and a lance lies in defeating the enemy when he is at the wrong range. But unfortunately, Lancer here seems to be perfect at fucking spacing. There's no hesitation in Lancer. His movement to push Archer back stops. He must intend to end the match in a single instant. He stares at the firmly placed Lancer and the swordless Archer clash. In that instant, the lance is thrust just like a flash of light. It can't even be seen. Forehead, neck, and heart. These shots are launched, any one fatal blow. But the flash, too fast to see, is repelled by a shining blade. In Archer's hand is the short sword again. A sword like before, a Chinese sword like a hatchet. But the biggest difference is now he's wielding two of them. Holy fuck! And he's gonna throw them. Please throw them. A pair of swords. In his hands are matched swords, mirrored images of each other, except you know they're inverted in color. Lancer lances fly. It's parrying every single fucking thing. As if to finish Lancer off, the lance moves faster and faster. Pixels! Archer defends with a burning spirit. His hawk-like eyes say that he will not retreat anymore. No. That he will only advance from now on. Wow, Archer, how come your mom lets you have two swords? The clashing sounds are like a well-orchestrated music. Two steel clanging against each other. Sparking clashes increase in rhythm without pause. The battle of the two is like a vacuum. It sucks in the air around them and it seems like anything approaching them will be cut into pieces. In reality, it only lasts an instant, but for me looking on, it seems to take an infinitely long time. It's the adrenaline pumping into your system. Lancer tries not to let Archer near him, while Archer advances with his swords as a shield. Over 100 blows have been thrown, and Archer loses his sword every time. But it's only for a moment, and as Archer has a sword in his hand in the next instant, forcing Lancer back a little each time. Lancer finally admits his carelessness. That even though he doesn't know who is before him, he will be the loser if he dismisses him as a mere bowman. Let's go, Archer. The distance widens. Probably to recover, Lancer puts a large distance between them. His speed is extraordinary. Archer's charge was out of this world, but it was still too slow compared to Lancer. The movement of his retreat had panther-like speed and agility. Big dog. Anyway. 27? That means fucking 29 swords that he has. Short swords. Lancer mutters in irritation. No, it's more like confusion. I feel the same way. According to Father, a servant carries only one weapon. Their weapon is filled with magical energy, so it's not something that can be recreated one after another. Like Archer was just doing. Servants are heroes that sublimate their spirits after death, equaling their holy spirits. To put it in another way, they are like devils or angels. Ah, yes, that is definitely more simple to comprehend. Not vague in the slightest. They are powerful familiars on their own, but their most powerful weapon is the proof of heroism, a magical item called their noble phantasm. Yeah, it's almost like we don't know this dude's name. We know that he doesn't have a noble phantasm. Like a proper noble phantasm. Just able to fucking using a sword as an archer. He is just kind of disobeying all the rules, isn't he? Noble phantasm is a weapon or armor servant used when they were a hero, and it's treated like a last resort. Noble phantasm is one and only weapon for a servant. This is because the noble phantasm is an ultimate weapon without equal. The lance that Lancer is using will show its power as a noble phantasm when Lancer deems it necessary. Noble phantasm is an impressive weapon by itself, but its true ability is to release all power using its true name. Heroes as weapons, which rule over all others and have killed dragons and gods. Servants activate their noble phantasms using their magical energy. We're getting all the fucking tutorial bits in this prologue. I mean, that's where it should be going. But I wonder how much of this like exposition, like a taper off, is going to be in the main game itself. It's much like magic. Servants recreate the destruction legend using their noble phantasm as a catalyst. Noble phantasms are never disposable. A sword that the archer brought out must be excellent, but they cannot be his noble phantasm. He is a servant archer. So the noble phantasm he conceals must be a bow.
どうしたランサー？様子見とは君らしくないな。先ほどの勢いはどこに行った？
Damn. Shit talking Lancer immediately. Respect the rules, coward! Fight me like a real archer. Take out that bow of yours. Lancer's irritation is understandable. Even though Lancer fought as a spearman, Archer fended him off as a swordman, which means Archer hasn't shown any of his abilities yet. So it's only natural for Lancer to feel ghastly. That is a scary thought. You haven't even fucking like done what you really... Like, you haven't even pulled out your real power. This isn't even my final form. And you're already having that much trouble.
そういう君は分かりやすいな。僧兵には最速の英雄が選ばれるというが、君はその中でもえりすぐりだ。これほどの宗師は世界に3人といまい。加えて、獣のごとき敏捷さといえば、おそらく1人。
Yep. Are they just gonna come out with it, or?
ほう。よく言ったアーチャー。
His pride. Use my bow. I mean, Billy the Kid is a servant, so I mean, that's perfectly valid. He uses his fucking revolver and just like bang bang. I'm an archer, how's it going? His vast murderous intent makes me forget to breathe. Lancer's arm moves. This is different from before. A stance free from contempt. Spearhead is lowered as if to strike the ground. Only his stare pieces. Oh no! No! Not the gay bulge.
止めはしない。いずれ越えねばならぬ敵だ。
Lancer's body sinks down. At the same time, a chill like thorn fills the schoolyard. Air freezes. Not a metaphor. It literally freezes. All the man in the air is frozen. The only person allowed to breathe here, warrior called Lancer. The lance in Lancer's hands is unmistakably a demonic one. And now, waiting to take its true form in the moment it strikes. Get down! It's a noble phantasm! We just spent like 20 minutes talking about it, so it's here now. He'll be beaten. I don't know what kind of noble phantasm that is, but Archer will be beaten. It's implausible since this is the first time I felt such an intuition, but there's no doubt about it. Archer will die when that lance is thrust. It is determined. Literally, Lancer's lance is the embodiment of inescapable death. That was a serious line and I just fucked up. Oh well. Archer will be defeated. Archer will die when Lancer pierces his heart. And yet, even though I know what's going to happen, I can't help him. Even if I move a finger, that will trigger the attack. So, if anything can stop this battle and stop Archer's defeat, it would be... Oh. No, there's a third party. I mean, that's good for Archer because he was about to fucking die. Ghastly air coming from Lancer disappears. The sound of fleeing footsteps. That figure is definitely wearing a school uniform. Yep. Lancer's lance that we have to specify because Archer's using a sword. Nice. It's gonna be really specific. Yeah, he did. Good job. And before Archer or Lancer readies his noble phantasm, and like, oh well, now that he's gone, I'm about to fuck you guys up.
失敗した。ランサーに気を取られて周りの気配に気づかなかった。で、アーチャー、あんた何してんの？
見てわからないか？手が空いたから休んでいる。
Smug shitlord?
なわけないでしょ。ランサーはどうしたのよ？
さっきの人影を追ったよ。
Wait, why is it going? Oh, yeah, that's probably for the best.
消しに行ったのだろう。
Which I wonder who that guy was. For an instant, I thought stop.
追ってアーチャー。私もすぐに追いつくから。
You said it yourself, Ren. If someone learns of someone being a magus, the immediate response is to, you know, eliminate them. So I assume that's the same of, you know, servants. I curse my carelessness. It's the rule of the Magi to eliminate any witnesses, which is why if one didn't want to do that, one just had to allow no witnesses. I've done that until today, so why do I have to make a mistake today of all days? Because you always make mistakes when it matters most. You said it yourself back like 2 hours ago. A night where even the moonlight is obscured. A student is lying on the cold hallway floor and Archer is standing still. He's staring silently at the student. Oh. Yep.
追ってアーチャー。ランサーはマスターのところに戻るはず。せめて相手の顔ぐらい把握しないと
Probably need to
割が合
clean
わ
this
ない。
up. It's not going to be good to have a dead student all of a sudden. At all. Okay. Archer goes after Lancer, and I'm left alone with a student lying on the floor. Can't look at him straight. But I must. This is my fault. This is my fault. This is my fault. Ever since I was a child, ever since I became the successor of Tosaka, I've been preparing for something. There's no good or evil for Magi. I've always told myself that this road is only my blood, the blood of others, so...
ランサーの槍で一月か。心臓やられてちゃ助からない。
Oh. I don't know how long it's been since the Lancer killed him. Was he lucky or unlucky to be pierced through the heart? Yeah, that's instant death. Instantaneous. I guess Lancer's attack isn't a simple external wound, as the flow of blood from the rupture isn't too severe. Not too severe, but it's all over when the brain doesn't get any blood. No, basically, if his heart were pierced, he should have died instantly.
その割にはまだ死んでないってのは
Oh,
すごいな。
shoutouts? We got someone with a tough body or a tough resolve to live at the very least. Still breathing fairly faintly as if to give his last scream, but that will only last a few more seconds. He can't heal his own wounds, and I don't have enough power to save him either.
顔を見ないと。それぐらいはしなくちゃ。
Pour one out for your boy, whoever it is. I try to touch the head, facing the ground, and realize my fingertips won't move. Trembling. Wonder why. I'm used to such things. I've had to make these kind of choices many times before. I've lost many things due to mistakes and my selfishness. That's why I'm ready for a day like this. So why am I so angry at
ごめんね
myself?。
見とるぐらいはしてあげる。
I control my trembling fingers and my failing knees with my will and look at the face of the student. A huge smacking sound. Really feels like I've been hit on the head with a
や
hammer.
めてよね。な
Ah,
んだって
rip.
あんたが。
I grip my teeth, not to suppress my trembling. I'm really pissed off. Why is it him? Why did it have to be him? I wonder who it is. I'm not mad at Lancer for killing a witness quickly and perfectly, just as servants should do. I'm just angry at him for staying late at this place on this day. Sakura's face flashes in my mind. She will definitely cry. And I recall one red-tinted day after school a long time ago. Distant sunset. Someone always running alone. And a boring girl, staring at that from far away. Before me, the corpse of someone who happened to get involved. There is a way. I might fail and lose my last resort in the process, but there is still a way. No, I'll lose my last resort whether I succeed or fail. The result for me won't change. It's a mistake. The fact his death is already determined. My fault for not noticing the things around me. It's his fault for unluckily staying late. I don't know if that's the fault of him necessarily. It's more, Jesus, I have to pick up some books from the library. Hopefully the school's still open at 9 p.m. Like, just going like, I wonder what that battle is over there. So I don't need to go that far. Yes, because this is what my father, who gave me nothing else, left just for me. A powerful chunk of magical energy. A reliable last resort to win through this battle. A precious, precious thing just for me.
だからなんだってのよ、バカ。
I shake the feeling off and kneel in front of him. The one who will become a corpse in another second. This has been a long second, by the way.
やっちゃった。
The pendant in my hand becomes lighter. Hey, it's our MacGuffin! My father's memento is drained into almost emptiness and falls onto what used to be a dying body.
まあ仕方ないか。
Thank you, Mr. MacGuffin. You saved our protagonist. Yep, it can't be helped. I didn't have the power or the skills to revive someone with a damaged heart, damaged blood vessels on the verge of brain death on top of that. That's why I had to make up for my lack of skill with this powerful object.
まだ息があるのが運の尽きだった。完全に死んでいたらどんなに魔力の
There has to
蓄
be
えがあって
some
も
sort of
蘇生
revival
なんてで
magic.
き
At
なかっ
least
た。
these sorcerers probably have something along the line. Since he was still alive, I just did what I could, and I ended up saving his life.
失敗してたら目も当てられなかったけど成功したからいいか。ええ、正直に言えば充実感あるしね。
There goes your
こういう
last
経
minute
験も悪
buff
くは
or
なかったな。
possible revival to yourself. You dug your own grave in this Rin, but I mean, it'll probably turn out okay. I'm just bluffing.
行こう。済んだことは済んだ
I
こと。
think that goes for
こいつが
me
目を
and
覚ます
you,
前に
Rin.
帰らないと。
I think it goes for both of us. Yeah, there's no need for me to stay here any longer. Archer should be following Lancer, so I should go home by myself. That doesn't seem, you know, dangerous in the slightest. On my way back, I remember. I left the pendant at school. Just a pendant now that the magical energy has been drained out of it.
もういいか。
Well, there goes your heirloom. I have no more use for that pendant, but the sentimental value! Sure, it might have been a bit of magical energy left in it. Surely less than 10 jewels I have. What my father intended to leave for me was enough magical energy to win the Holy Grail. So now, without magical energy, that thing is meaningless. Well, I hope it was worth it! I enter the house without saying anything and sit on the sofa. Archer isn't back yet. I sigh and listen to the cloak for a few minutes, or the clock.
いい加減頭を切り替えなく
Hello,
ちゃ。
Mr. Jacket. Can you say words to me?
あれだけの戦いを経験しておいて何ほうけてるんだ私。
I jump up and brew some tea. Oh man, Archer isn't here. Now he can't be my maid. There's so many things to think about. Most importantly, the servants. I've just witnessed a battle between servants. I had previously only understood intellectually.
ランサーか。宝具を使われそうになった時は焦ったけど、実際使ってたら正体は分かったのよね。
Yeah, but your servant would have been dead. Is that really worth learning his identity? Ignoring the moment, the idiot who doesn't even know his true identity is the biggest weak point of a servant is their true name. Discovering the servant's true name, in other words, figuring out their identity, should let you take a guess at what kind of noble phantasm they might have. Goes without saying, but since servants are heroic spirits, they have a legend associated with them. Figure out their legend, you should be able to find out most of their abilities, like I said earlier with the example of Achilles. Servants are called by their class name, but because they want to hide their true names. Because they are more famous as a hero is, the more people know about their weapon and their weaknesses. A heroic spirit that becomes a servant never gives out their true identity. The only ones that know servants' identities are the masters. There's even a tactic understanding that the master hide their servants' identities while trying to discover the identity of others. This is the 5th Holy Grail War. The qualities of servants are determined by the ranks of the summoned heroic spirits. It goes without saying that the more famous heroes and heroes with better weapons are stronger. But it's difficult to summon such heroic spirits. To summon a heroic spirit, one must have a connection with them, such as a weapon they use during their lives. Even the Magic Association has a few such things. So generally, one will summon a heroic spirit with that suits them, like I did. Servant's strength is determined by the rank of heroic spirit, but it's not as simple as even the most powerful heroic spirits may have a hard time depending on the class they are assigned to. Hey! I was explaining that earlier, too. That is because the special abilities assigned to each class, the possibility of the weak defeating the strong. 7 classes each have different additional ability, and one even has a chance to defeating an opponent of higher rank depending on the ability's affinity. To take an example, an infamous hero has defeated a great hero 4 times in the past. As far as I know, the most powerful servant is Saber. In all the previous 4 wars, Saber has made it to the final fight. It hasn't won all these, It is said that the three classes, Saber, Lancer, and Archer, have strong magic resistance. But to put it simply, magic is pretty much useless against them. Because they are fighters who fought through the Age of Myths. Magics they were used widely. Magics that Magi use now would probably just by touching them. Wow, that's really high resistance. But I mean, modern day magic. I wonder if modern day like offensive magic in this world would be like, obviously it's also weaker because, you know, it's Magi versus Servant. But I wonder if like offensive magic has gotten better or worse as time has progressed. Anyway, that's why these three classes are considered the basics and the best. Another that's worthy of mention is the Servant Berserker. The heroic spirit summoned into this class loses their sanity. Just as the name implies, they become a mad warrior puppet of their master. Benefit from this is strengthening of their power, far exceeding the powers they had when they were alive. Yeah, dude. It's not like, you know, at least 3 of the servants that are not in this, you know, or the 3 of the servants that are not in the Saber, Archer, Lancer category in this war specifically were in the Age of Magics. Totally not. However, the more powerful the servant becomes, the greater a burden it imposes on the master. In the past, masters who summoned Berserker couldn't control their rampaging servants, and destroyed themselves by running out of magical energy. There's something similar kind of happens in Apocrypha. Not to that extent, but like, just not being able to control Berserker. Berserker just fucking runs off straight into the enemy and then gets himself captured. It's pretty funny. The winners and losers of the Holy Grail War are largely determined by the ability of the servants. Well, I expect there are ways to win it by the master's efforts, but it's basically a fight between the servants. That is why a master should be very careful when summoning a servant. Bad summoning will, kinda fuck you. I silently consider the plans we should make from now on. Clock fixed already. Strikes 11 while I do so. Archer comes home. You find anything, Archer? Nope, Sumanai.
よほど用心深いマスターだったのだろう。少なくともこちら側の町にはラウサーのマスターはいなかった。
Yeah, she didn't even mention Rider Caster and a fucking assassin. She's just like, these 3 are the best, and then Berserker's really strong. Ignore, you know, the other 3.
そう。まあ、簡単にはいかないわよね。
Yep, there's no way everything will go as I might hope. At least you finally realizing that. Let's consider what happened tonight as tuition fee for the lessons learned.
覇気がないな、マスター。いつもの伊勢はどうした？まさか、先の一戦でおじけづいたというのはなしだぞ。
Yep, it's the same rider. Archer protests silently that we should do so. Let's see. Guess I look depressed.
そんなわけないでしょ。私が打って出ないのはね、単に無駄手間をしたくないだけなんだから。
I'll tell you who each of the servants are after.
無駄手間
We're
をしたくない。
probably coming to the end of it soon. Because I'm finishing after, I'm closing shop
まだマスタ
after
ー
the
の数
prologue
が揃って
finishes
ない
up.
でしょ。今夜のはやむなしだったけど、開戦の合図があるまで戦わないわ。それが聖杯戦争のルールだって父さんは言ってたし。
そうか。君の父親もマスターだったのか。
Yep. I wonder what her father was the master of in Zero then. Archer makes a troubled face and starts to ponder something.
何よ。何か言いたいことでもあるの？あんた。
ああ、一つ聞き忘れていた。リン。君は幼い頃からマスターになるべく育てられ、それに従ってきたのだろう。
当たり前じゃない。それはいきなりマスターに任命される魔術師もいるそうだけど、私は別よ。遠坂の人間にとって聖杯戦争は何代も前からの悲願なんだから。
What would your wish even be on the Holy Grail, Rin? Like, legitimately, what is your purpose in fighting for this other than for, you know, the Tosaka name?
そうだろう。なら、目的が党にあるはずだ。 私はそれを聞き忘れていた。主の望みを知らなければ、私の
That's
剣を
kind of
預
a
けられない。
big thing to forget, but I mean, whatever.
それで、君の願いは何だ？
She just wants the Holy Grail.
そんなの別にないけ
She
ど。
doesn't have one. Fuck me.
何？
Oh, Archer's making a funny face.
そんなはずはあるまい。聖杯とは願いを叶える万能の
Yeah,
杯
this is
だ。
kind of the entire
マスターになるという
point
ことは、
of
聖杯を
the
手に入れ
Holy
るという
Grail
こと。
War.
だという。
Archer's asking with a serious expression. Yeah, if you don't have a point to fucking... The master's wish after obtaining the Holy Grail isn't irrelevant to the servant. But it's strange. Father said that servants have wishes as well. But that it's only their wish. I don't think Archer should be concerned because I don't have any wishes.
よし。明確な望みがないのであれば、漠然とした願いはどうだ？例えば、
That
世界
doesn't
を手
seem
にすると
very
いった方が。
ambiguous. What the fuck?
なんで？世界なんてとっくに私のものじゃない。
The world is already mine. Same, dude.
あのね、アーチャー。世界ってのはつまり自分を中心とした価値観でしょ？そんなものは生まれた時から私のものよ。そんな世界を支配しろって言うんなら、私はとっくに世界を支配している。
Archer looks at me with a troubled expression. I'm amazed. This guy is really hard-headed.
バカな。聖杯とは望みを叶える力。
Yeah.
現実の世界を手にできる力だぞ。それを求めるというのに、何も望まないというのか、君は。
だって世界征服もめんどくさいし、そんな無駄なことを願っても仕方がないでしょ？
I mean, she's not wrong here. Well, I mean,
割と想像
lack of
力が貧困
imagination
ね。
aside, I'm more talking about it in the fact that, what's it called? It's, the fact that there's no point for wishing... It would be troublesome to rule a world. That's what I was getting at.
理解に苦しむな。
そこに戦いがあるからよ、ハーチャー。
It sounds like you are directionless in your life and you're just doing it because it's expected of you.
いずれ欲しいものができたら使えばいいだけでしょ？
She probably just wants to be
人
fucking
間
rich
生
or
きていれ
something.
ば欲しいものなんて限りないんだし。
つまり君は。
Basically, Breezy.
ええ。ただ勝つために戦うの、ハーチャー。
But there's no... Oh well, whatever. I agree. Archer's shoulders slump. Maybe he's disappointed in my opinions, but it seems he's finally
ま
relaxed.
いった。確かに君は。
How is
私の
that?
マスターに
Oh
ふ
my
さわしい。
god. Ugh. I find it hard to deal with that kind of comment. So wish she'd stop saying such things.
サーバントにマスターを選ぶ権利はないけど、一応聞いとく。なんで私があなたのマスターにふさわしい
I'm
の？
pretty sure they do get to choose their master. Like, they could, you know,
言うまでもな
rebel.
い。君は。
I mean,
間違いなく最
if
強のマスターだ。
responding in time, they could always use a fucking, what's it called, a command seal, but oh well.
使える相手として、これ以上のものはない。
そう、ありがとう。あなたに言われるなら世辞ってわけじゃなさそうだし。
Unmistakably the strongest master. Don't let that ego... Don't stroke her ego too much, because that could spell problems for both of you. I find it hard to deal with Archer because he speaks frankly like this, even though he's so cynical. But, well, I'm honestly happy that he trusts me. I trust Archer, and he trusts me. I don't think this sense of solidarity is a bad thing.
さて、ならば一息入れようか。7人目のマスターが現れるにせよ。それは今すぐというわけでも。と。ちょっと待て、リン。君。あの
Oh
飾り
yeah,
はどう
that...
した？
What happened to your MacGuffin, Rin?
飾りってペンダントのこと？はあ、あれなら忘れてきちゃった。もう何の力もないものだし、別に必要ないでしょ？
それはそうだが。君がそう言うならいいが。
ええ、父さんの形見だけど、別に思い出はあれだけってわけじゃない。
Man, you just got that thing like 3 days ago and it's already gone.
そこまで強くあることはないだろう、リン。
So saying, Archer takes out a pendant I left at school. Oh wow. Hey, the MacGuffin's back. Good job.
拾いに行ってくれたんだ、あーちゃん。
もう忘れるな。それは 凛にしか似合わない。
As if he's embarrassed, Archer looks away and hands the pendant.
そう。
Oh, he's got a little
じゃあ
blush on
あ
him.
りがとう。
I accept it. To be honest, I don't know if I should feel embarrassed or cool about it. Pendant is as it was. As expected, there's no magical energy left in it. Empty of magical energy, it's just an expensive but ordinary jewel. It doesn't hold any power. Purely cosmetic. Even if there's no power left in this pendant, it still has a meaning as something my father specifically left for me. And maybe I can just laugh it off at the fact that I helped a guy by sacrificing my trump
待
card.
った。
Something clicks in my head. I wasn't thinking straight back there because of my regret, but thinking about it calmly, I missed something. He saw us, so it'll be— yeah, dumb fuck! Lancer's thinking probably matches his master's. So, if such a master finds out the guy the guy that they killed didn't die, what would he do?
そんなやつ生かしておかない。
Good job! So, if we ever come across Lancer and, you know, Lancer's like, oh shit, didn't I kill that kid? Well, time to fucking kill him again! I get up from my sofa. It's been 3 hours since then. I might not make it, but after all I did, I have to make it on time. I run through the night. Fortunately, I know where his house is. No, I didn't look it up, but it just happens that an acquaintance of mine goes there a lot, though I've never been there
まった
myself.
く
Not like I wanted to
余計な苦労を背負おう
visit
と
his
している
house
ぞ
or anything.
君は
He's just taking on unwanted troubles. And he has no interest in cooperating. Damn, he was against saving the guy when he was dying, and he's against me going to help him right now. It's midnight. Under the cloudy night sky, we reach Japanese-styled houses. There's no sight of anyone in this house, on the edge of the residential district. There aren't many houses around it, and there's no one to come and help if something were to happen here. My breath is white. The wind starts to pick up. I mean, it is cold. It's February. It must be quite strong as the clouds start to drift fast. The supposed warm wind of Fuyuki sends chills down my spine, making me tremble. Even if Fuyuki City is considered warm, it's still cold on the hill. The air around here is frozen. I strain my ears in the cold atmosphere. The frozen feeling, I feel a small sense of an
い
enemy.
る。さっきのサーバント。
Hey, welcome back, Lancer. How's it going? I bite my lip. Presence is perceptible on the other side of this wall. Lancer is in the house already, about to kill the same guy again, who just came home without a clue as to what happened.
飛び越えて倒すしかない。その後のことはそ
God
の時に
fucking
考
damn
える
it. Rin. Oh, hey. Nice. Bright white light like a fallen sun has come from within the house. Presence is eclipsed by another presence. The wave power of the Saber's Lancer, or of the— sorry, I guess that's kind of spoilers. Anyway, the wave of power of a servant Lancer is consumed by an energy of an even larger wave. The instantaneous explosion of Ether gives a spiritual being a body, summoned to overpower Lancer. It's time for the 7th master to show up. I can only mutter, but it's true. To prove it, Lancer jumps over the wall and leaps away as if fleeing this place.
ねえ、アーチャー。これももしもの話。
Archer's been pretty on top of his hypotheticals.
だがこれで7人ついに数が揃ったぞ
Another dispatched Lancer. Colonel, what could this mean? Well, Snake, it must be the Saber servant. Saber? I've lost my normal judgment. That's why I didn't even consider the obvious event that would follow. The wind blows strongly. Clouds cover the sky like an umbrella. The unlit suburbs are closed by darkness. And then the servant shit, I keep doing it. And the servant jumps over the wall, coming down like a demonic bird. Archer has reacted already, but I couldn't react. This was my mistake. Battle ended with a small opening, not lasting even a second. Might have been only a second for me, but for that servant, it was an opening that I couldn't be ignored. A sword rushes for me. Ah, shit! Archer pushes me aside and the servant slashes him. It happens in an instant. Archer who handled Lancer's fury of attacks beautifully has been taken down with one blow. And retracted. Nice. Just as the enemy is about to cut off Archer's head with her blade, I forcibly remove him. Also, Rin solved that past, Saber being a girl really fast. Considering, Saber, acted as a guy her entire life. That's pretty sad. Anyway, a pain in my right hand. Must have been an excessive command. So a command spell has disappeared on my... You've wasted 2 already! Now there's only 1 remaining, but this is for the best. Rather than having Archer die, I would prefer to lose 1 or 2 command spells. Well, giving no consideration to Archer's disappearance, the servant attacks me. Bitch, she just beat up Archer! I take from my pocket a topaz with a wind spell stored in it, and I launch the magical energy it contains at her without processing it. Yeah, if she uses another command spell, she's dead. Good job, Rin. This thing, I mean, it was for the best in this case, but she still wasted that first one. This thing, which can blow away a house without a trace, is a bundle of wind spells I've stocked up over time. One of the 10 jewels I've been putting my magical energy into for 17 years without rest. Well, there goes 1. 9 more to go. And fucking used all your command. Wow, Rin, you're really shit at conserving your resources. I'm using all the magical energy stored in it. So even if I can't defeat her, it should at least slow her down a bit. Bitch, you thought. It did nothing. Swirl of wind that instantly tears apart anything caught within. It disappears like a magic trick the instant it touches the servant. Such strong magic resistance. Fucking OP. Mere magical energy from a magus cannot hurt this servant. A swing of a sword again. So this is it. Can't be hurt by magic, and I've lost the protection of Archer, so I can't stop this servant. I barely managed to avoid 1 blow, but that's all. I look up into the night sky. In it is the figure of a cold-hearted death, who's looking down at me as I lay miserably on the ground. Hey, let's look at the moon. Hi, Saber. The wind blows. In between the dark clouds of the spiral sky, the moon shines. The falling moonlight and the beautiful face. This is the servant that drove off Lancer, defeated my archer in 1 strike, and annulled my magic with no trouble. At least she's kind about it. The girl's voice is like a bell. Yes, this voice is like a nightmare. It's only natural. The more beautiful my enemy is, the more of a nightmare it is, as I cannot believe the difference in her. Fucking rip. The point of the sword shines brilliantly. Mostly translucent, so I'm impressed she can see it. On the verge of death, I understand. With just 1 look without proof. This is the card I wanted. The one said to be the strongest of all servants. The hero of the sword. I look up at the moon, accepting my death. There's no time for me to flee or plead for my life. I will die here, and Tosaka Rin's Holy Grail War will end the 3rd day. There's only 1 disgrace and regret. I will probably vanish, bearing a grudge against my enemy. But still, I don't feel anything. Something must be really wrong with me. Even though I'm going to be killed in an instant, I adore her again. Oh, shit. Yeah, Pencho. That's right. If you ask for regret, that's it. But I guess it can't be helped, because she's the most powerful servant. Because her figure is just so heartless, so infinitely valiant. It's so beautiful. This is the Saber servant. Ah, shit, I knew it was gonna do it. Fuck, sorry guys. So I tried to get this better, but like, apparently I enabled, yeah, no, she's fangirling hard. Anyway, apparently I enabled the Vita opening while I was patching this game. So this is an HD, like a 16:9 cutscene. So because I have it set on the SD cutscene, it's fucked. You can't see how things are supposed to be. This is entirely my fault. And I thought I got rid of it before this stream started, but apparently I'm just a fucking idiot. It's just there, you guys just can't see him. Hey, there's Assassin. And there's some caster. We'll meet them later. I am disappointed that I didn't prepare something like a backup for this beforehand. I got into. I'm just gonna rock before I answer this, because I'm pretty sure it's getting close to that. Just gotta see Saban throw out Excalibur. I really should have kept a backup of this. Like, just prepared a scene specifically for this. You guys get the idea, though. I'm so fucking bad. But yeah, that is the prologue of Fate's Day Night. We are take a minute just to talk to Pencho here, because I've been streaming for 4 hours now, and I think that's decent enough to end things off. But yeah, Pencho, from what I've seen already of the Fate series, I've played quite a bit of Fate Go. Just seeing some general spoilers in general. I've watched like the first bit of Fate Apocrypha, and I played the first few hours of Fate Extra, and that's generally my experience with Fate. It's just been basically a whole bunch of Fate Go and just like the opening bits of a whole bunch of other Fate series. But I'm properly getting into it now. I'm gonna be ending the stream here, but I'm gonna be streaming this game for about 4 or 5 hours every weekend. So today and tomorrow. I'll pick it back up around September tomorrow. So sorry, it's like sorry to end it as soon as you're joining. But yeah, that is. We'll be able to properly start. It won't just be the fucking prologue. I'm impressed that took 4 hours. I honestly thought that was gonna take a little bit less. If I had to guesstimate, I was gonna say like 2.5 to 3 hours, but that took 4. Part of that was also probably just me joking around or dicking. But yeah. Thanks for everyone who showed up to chat and talked with me, and I will see you guys again tomorrow for more Fate's Day Night. Take care, guys.